couldn't get anything done. And a lot of times it's because when we're in that fight or flight stage, our brains shut down. Growing up, my mom used to express to my sister and I that being able to adapt and learn and grow through any change in life was important. We changed houses, I switched schools, and it wasn't easy. Those things took time to adapt, right? And get used to the new change in life. But my mom always felt that it was so healthy. No matter how hard it was very healthy to experience change and to be able to process, grow, and learn from change. And staying consistent and staying safe or having stability and never having change led to more difficulties when it came time to have change. Yeah, so it's almost like conditioning your brain to be able to cope with change. And as a clinician, this became very understood to me in a sense of what we call transitions. Yeah, a transition can be anything from moving, inside to outside, transitioning from one classroom to another, transitioning from mom's house, transitioning from mom's house to dad's house, transitioning from summer to fall back in school, transitioning from one school to another as the child gets older. Yeah, like it can be anything. And it can be as small as like transitioning from being in school to then being at home for winter break or Thanksgiving. And as humans, we thrive on consistency, we thrive on stability, we thrive on control. And so when change happens, or when a transition happens, when majority of the mothers that I work with, when they come to me, they don't even recognize that they're living in fight or flight. They don't recognize that they're living in this state of like survival, because there is so much that changes for us as mothers on a day-to-day basis. It's like we can't get grounded, we can't get our bearings. And so we just consistently live in this like cycle of, oh shit, this changed, oh God, that changed, oh my God, like, and you just want to take a breath and like chill for a second. But what I work on with my clients a lot of is recognizing when we ramp up and how long it took us to come back down. Yeah. And this can be as easy as like recognizing, God, I just couldn't get anything done. I just feel like anxious today. Like I'm eating so much. Like I couldn't get anything done. And a lot of times it's because when we're in that fight or flight stage, our brain shut down. Yeah, like the bear running after you, our brain shut down. So you're just like processing and you're going through the motions, but you can't really get anything concrete done. And what I work on with my clients is like that first step of recognizing, okay, how am I feeling here? Like this, something's changed. And like the recognition, okay, something's changed. Because if we don't recognize it, we can't take care of ourselves, and then we can't get back down to that like rest, digest, and really our end goal of being present in the moment and enjoying our children and enjoying where we're at, not thinking 10 steps ahead or feeling like the world is just spinning and it's never stopping and you just can't get a grip and you can't get a grasp on that stability that you so desperately want. And so when we're in that state, it's like pulling at anything and everything to just gain stability. And that's where you jump into action of like, okay, this changed. You go there, I go here. You do this, you do that. Like we go into mommy mode of like fix and like rearrange, and like that's what we say. Like moms can handle anything because we can. But the way in which you are going to enjoy your life most is if you are able to recognize when you are in a transition, when you feel you're in a state of fight or flight, when you can recognize how your body feels and what you need. Yeah? So there's steps that I go through with my clients of like, we talk through of, oh yeah, that was, oh God, yeah. And then they start to see a pattern. And what happens is first, my clients come to me and they're here, they're living in fight or flight. And then I help them recognize when they're showing up like that, when they're feeling like their world is out of control, when they're feeling like they're grasping onto things and wanting to feel that stability and control, that safeness, yeah? Yeah? You don't want to feel like a bear is chasing you all the time. You want to feel grounded and in control of your body. Yeah? So then what we do is week by week is we recognize how to take care of ourselves in the most strenuous moments. And their time frames of how long those transitions take and the time frame of how long they are living in that state of fight or flight starts to decrease to the point where they can say, oh, whoa, okay. All right, I'm gonna be okay. This is what this is. This is a transition, like the kids are off of school, like this sucks, like, and that time right there, when you're in a transition is when you need to be taking care of yourself even more to maintain and be able to recognize that you're in that state. Yeah, because we want to stay in homeostasis. Thank you very much, science. We want to stay right there to where we can just enjoy and relax life. And whatever comes our way and whatever gets thrown at us, no matter what change happens, we can take a breath and say, okay, this is what this is. I recognize this trend, like I recognize what's going on. I know how to take care of myself. I may not be as present as I want to be in this moment, but I recognize that this is what this is and this will pass. And the sooner you're able to recognize the state that you're in, the more you will be able to use the tools and coping skills that we work through in order to get you back down to just kind of breathing. Yeah? It's almost like, imagine, like, do you want to be living your life like you're running a 5K constantly, every single day? Or do you want to be living your life like you're living in a damn bubble bath and just like this feels good. This feels good to just enjoy my life. This feels good to just enjoy my family. Yeah? You can rewire your brain. You can recognize old triggers, old habits, conditioned ideas that are sparking you to go up into that fight or flight mode. You can recognize all of that. You can. And what that gives you when you're able to recognize it and take care of yourself and get back down, and then you live a life like that, is you're able to then teach your children how to understand and express how they're feeling, where they're feeling it in their body, what do they need, and how to go get it and take care of themselves so that they can take on this world with all the emotional intelligence and all of the coping skills that they will ever need in order to take care of themselves emotionally. If you give them that, you have done your job. You have done your job. But if you don't know how to take care of yourself, if you don't know how to make it through transitions, if you don't know how to make it through change, if you don't know how to make it when shit hits the fan, we are never going to be able to teach our children. And what happens, if you don't know, is a lot of times we lash out at our partners or we lash out at our children. And it's okay. That happens to the best of us. It's normal. It's natural. Because you're in that state where you literally are shut down and can't do much else about it. But what I'm telling you is, not only from me working with children and recognizing how to teach that to them, but understanding the science, understanding how our brains work, understanding the parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system, understanding our subconscious and conscious brains, understanding the conditioning that we've placed within our brain that we have to rewire. Having that science background has helped me build a program that not just is like fluff of like, let's become the flawless woman. No. What I'm helping you become is the best version of yourself in taking care of like your mind, body, and soul. So you can actually enjoy your life. You can. Change does not have to be excruciatingly hard. Transitions do not have to be painful. They don't. You can give yourselves the tools that you need. You can.